Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is William Heinman, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job or they completely and totally screw it up. Well, today we have sovereign citizens again, sheriff's deputies, and the scumbag sheriff. And how do we know that? Because his deputies are scumbags, and he's on the phone, and we get to see that he's a scumbag. Imagine that. Wow, I'm shocked. Hey guys, this comes from Josh at Accountability for All. So go over to Josh's channel, tell him I see you guys over there. Subscribe to his site if you would. Hit his like and share button, help him out with his algorithms. And while you're here, if you would please, hit my subscribe button. It helps me. And hit the like and share because it helps my algorithms out. I only have 1,153 subscribers. I'm not one of those big guys that has thousands. I'm still trying. I'm still a little guy. So if you would help me out and subscribe, if you would, and hit the like and share, hit the bell icon so you know when I put out a new video. Thumbs up, thumbs down says how I do. Please leave a comment because I do like reading them, and I haven't got to read it in a couple days. My computer, the little box that everything switches out of, like a combiner thing, went out. So I had to get a new one. And it took a couple days. So sorry I wasn't online like I was supposed to be, but hey, it happens. What do you want? So anyway, this one is Warren Sapp. If you don't know who Warren Sapp is, then you're definitely not a football fan. Warren Sapp is one of the best football players that has been in the football league in a long time. He's had a Heisman. He's had first draft choice. What is it? I think is I don't know. He's just a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff. He's a very, very good football player. He's a very good person. He's also a advocate for civil rights. And you're going to see he was doing a charity event with some guys that they've been doing since 2012. And he reached out to Josh, and Josh helped him out quite a bit. It's sad to see. Since 2012, they've never had a problem with this car rally that they put on. It raises money for charities. You notice I said charities, meaning more than one. Imagine that. Problem is that he's a black man. Now, I don't have a problem with it. You shouldn't have a problem with it. And by damn, the cops should not have a problem with it. But guess what? They do. Because they're scared little pussies. Because they're sovereign citizens that think the law doesn't apply to them, and they can do whatever the hell they want to. And I got news for you. This crap's stopping. It's slow, but it's stopping. Now, the bad thing is that there's a $20 million lawsuit over this. The idiot sheriff's deputy and the idiot sheriff that could have derailed this had to be a dick, and that's the only way you can say it, because he's a dick. And I'm not trying to be an ass here. He's a butthole. And the reason I say that is he could have very easily put this to rest. But instead he had to be a big man, get his ego involved, and push us down the line. Now you got a $20 million lawsuit. Guess who's going to have to pay for it? Citizens of Okeechobee, Florida, and the citizens of Florida. Not the scumbags that did the wrong thing of arresting a black man for talking, not even loudly. They said that the 911 call that there was an extreme amount of luxury cars going through Okeechobee. Whatever the hell that means. This is the IQ of these people, man, and it's not high, trust me. And they pulled over 2 for speeding. Now, they got him at 63. Now, whether they did or not, I don't know. I wasn't there. I can only go by what the officer says. She writes the tickets. She cans them out. and they should have left. Did they do that? Of course not. Why would they when they can escalate this? Why would you leave? I mean, you're a public servant. Are you shitting me? Why would you leave when you can accelerate this thing and make more arrests? Especially if a black man, meaning Warren Sapp, not knowing who they had. Duh. You know, the IQ down there in Okeechobee must be around 10, 12, 15 for an IQ point. It's not high. It can't be. Because the deputies are dumber than sand bricks, and the sheriff is dumber than a mud brick. And I'm not saying that to be mean. That is a fact. He could have derailed this, and he decided not to because he has an ego. You know what? You're a public servant. You don't have an ego. Shut the F up, all right? Go back to being a public servant like you're supposed to be. Quit being an asshole. We're not paying you for that. Now, if you clowns want to pay for this out of your pension fund, great. Knock yourself out. Do it all day long. But I, as a taxpayer, I'm getting tired of this. Here in Phoenix, Arizona, we have, the Phoenix PD has 11 officers that are on the Brady list. And I'm not making this up. You can't make this up. 11. How is that possible? Because they're scumbags. That's why. You know, and I wish these good cops out there would start standing up and saying something. Besides just a few. You have, Matt Thornton in New York, 20 or 32 years, I think it is. 23 years, something like that. He's still working as a cop. He's one of the biggest voices out there. But he's just one. I think there's a total of 6 right now on the internet that are officers that are talking. Where you guys at? Hello? Wake up. Anyway, guys, like I said, subscribe to Josh's channel, Accountability for All. Subscribe to my channel. Help my algorithms with the like and share button, if you would, please. Enjoy this cop. He gets a donut. He's happy. There's also a message in here for freedom. All right. And all I can say is thank you, sir, for your dedication and service. I can't say enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. We have freedom in America. Now, that's not to say other places don't have freedom, because everybody goes, everybody else has freedom too. Yeah, they do. But they don't have the Constitution of the United States. We do. That means when you're born at 1 day old, you have the power of the Constitution of the United States. Now, what does that mean? Not a whole hell of a lot, because if you don't use your freedoms, you lose them. And that's unfortunate, because there's scumbags out there that want to take that power away from you because they say you don't deserve it. Well, if you don't deserve it, who does? Them? I am so sick and tired of them, I can't even see straight. Our government's so far out of control that if this was a bus, I wouldn't want to be near the bus within 20 miles. Because it's going to be at the bottom of the canyon here shortly if we don't get this under control. And this is not me. This is everybody else out there saying the same exact thing. And nobody seems to care. Well, you better start caring. Ooh, speaking of Karen. Karen's, Darren's, bootlickers. Anyway, guys, let's get this started. Thank you again, Josh. Thank you, Warren Sapp. I appreciate it very much, and I will say this again at the end. But I will try to stay out of this. I know I'm not going to. I've done this 4 times now, and because my computer messing up, it has not taken it. Let's see if the 5th time's a charm. All righty, guys, here we go. And it's a long one, so buckle in.
May I see your license, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. Hang on just 1 second. Will this work for you? I can't seem to find my license, but...
Look one way, look the other. Thank you.
You have a good day, sir.
Young people, freedom is not free. Someone always has to pay the price. The price is high, but Americans have always been willing to pay it when necessary. My advice to you is to keep yourself prepared, because it may be your turn the next time freedom is threatened.
Okay, guys. Now, when freedom is threatened, and right now our freedoms are very threatened by the corporations that have militarized our police force, and that is ridiculous. There is absolutely no reason why a public servant police force needs to be militarized, except that the government wants to squash us down and, for whatever reason, whether it's a one world order or whatever other crap they come up with, keep you in fear, keep you choked, and pretty soon your rights are all gone. So here we go. Josh, talk to us.
What I told you. You thought it was a game, you thought it was a game. The big fella's here. The big fella's here.
It was 30, you have a mandatory limit.
I got that, but you said doubling the speed limit and you didn't double the speed limit.
Okay, well,
There's no reason to exaggerate it when you got the number.
I got it, and I wrote for one I got.
I got you, but you said out your mouth doubling the speed limit. There that shit.
Want to go to jail today?
There that shit.
Now, do you hear that? The other deputy stepped in. You want to go to jail today for talking? For questioning the authority of the scumbag deputies that don't know the Constitution? They don't know the Bill of Rights. They don't even know the laws they're enforcing because they're frickin' morons and they work for a moron sheriff. We'll hear that in a little bit. You want to go to jail today. What an idiot. And you guys have already given the ticket. You are done. Go. Get the hell out. But no, we are cops. We have the right to accelerate this. Yeah. Oh, bite me.
The big fella needs activities, because that's who he is. We got to keep him busy.
Obstruction is a physical thing. I'm not in between. Obstruction is a physical thing. You do know that, right? You do know that, right? Obstruction is a physical thing. What did I do that physically obstructed? What did I physically do? It's a physical action. Obstruction is a physical action. Not freedom of speech. Not freedom of speech. That's constitutionally protected, right? Yeah, that's right. What's your name? What's your name and badge number? Cool. 734.
Okay, this little weasel deputy now arrests Warren Sapp because he interfered. He questioned his authority. This little fucking pipsqueak doesn't have any authority. That's the problem. He has an ego, and that's what he's working on right now. And it's going to cost taxpayers $20 million. 20-000-000.00. 20 mil out the door. Thank you very much. And you're messing with the wrong person. This is Warren Sapp. He's a football player who happens to be a very good one. And because you have an ego you have to feed, you're now going to make a mistake that gets him arrested. And guess what? The charges are thrown out. No. Yeah, they are. They're thrown out because they stomped on his constitutional rights. Because interference is a physical thing, not a verbal. And you're going to hear the moron sheriff say, you don't have the right to question a deputy. What? Hey, dumbass, you're a public servant. We will question you whenever we want. Who do you think's in charge? It ain't you. It's we the people. We the people pay you to do a job for us. Don't forget that. Like this little scumbag deputy here. And if you don't like it, Turn your badge, your gun in, and go work for Home Depot.
You're being detained. Your chain's on your back.
Detained for what?
I'll take that.
Detained for what? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for?
I'll explain that in a second.
Somebody don't know their oath to the Constitution and haven't even thought about it, doesn't even know anything about the law, and they put a field training officer on him. So he's teaching the other cops. That's what really bugged me in this thing. Like, come on, this is your field training officer, and he's telling my people, if you don't give me your name, that's obstruction, you go to jail. Really? Really?
Number 1 draft pick, Super Bowl champion.
And keep in mind, these cops believe this, that if you don't give them your ID, you're interfering, you're going to jail. In America? Now, maybe in Nazi Germany, maybe in Iran, and a few other places I could say, North Korea. But in America, I don't think so, pal. And now the taxpayers have to pay for it because the scumbags have qualified immunity. And you can't hurt them because they have such a hard job. It's so unsafe. Really? Unsafe. Go look at OSHA's website. They're not even in the top 50. A construction worker helper is more unsafe than being a cop. Yeah, no kidding. And if you don't believe me, go look at OSHA's website at the most dangerous jobs. Cops aren't even in the top 50. It's a joke. Well, they're a joke too, so what do you expect?
Civil rights champion and a human champion. I mean, listen, maybe pull your kids aside, have them watch Warren's highlight reel, and thanks for standing up and fighting this, man.
Hey, man, thanks for being the man. You are accountability for all. I'm with you, family. I'm with you.
Take a look at Warren Sapp, last year's Lombardi Trophy winner, ejected immediately into the starting right defensive tackle spot. And that right defensive tackle is a tough one to get. Cunningham rolls out. He's chased by Ahanotu and is brought down. Cheating Ahanotu with excellent pressure. Sapp right there as well. Sapp wasn't fooled at all. Watch.
You meet Warren Sapp.
Warren Sapp at the interior tackle spot. Watch him get double teamed by the guard and the tackle, and look at him muscle his way through.
Warren Sapp, arguably one of the most charismatic and well-known football players to ever lace his cleats. Super Bowl champion, Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time first-team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, Lombardi winner and first-round draft pick, and today a new accolade, Civil Rights Champion.
So it's been a couple months since we dropped the only footage in existence of NFL legends Warren Sapp's illegal arrest at the hands of the Okeechobee County Sheriff's Department in Florida. Arrested during a charity event for simply questioning police and for filming while being black. One of the best NFL players to ever lace his cleats, he's always stayed in the spotlight. But most recently, it hasn't been for football. It's for catching dirty cops.
I don't know what. And that means what? I'm in public. You could lose that job, Miami-Dade. What's your name and badge number? You don't want to tell me? You don't want to tell me that name and badge number? Look at this one, y'all. Look at this one. This one. You get me on what? No. I do bad policing. I do this.
Now he's also a coach at University Colorado Boulder with his buddy Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Prime. But despite him being an NFL legend, today we're not here to talk about his football accolades. Instead, we're here to talk about his $20 million lawsuit as a result of his illegal arrest. $5.75 million for estimated future medical expenses, $5 million for loss of wages, and $9 million for aggregate damages. His arrest or his lawsuit can be seen nowhere else except here, and I'm thankful to my friend Warren Sapp for fighting this fight and also being transparent and keeping it out where the people can see it. Warren Sapp v. Okeechobee County Sheriff's Department, Deputy Coonfair, Sergeant Ellis, Lieutenant Lowe, Deputy Canerick, Deputy Stelante, and well, that list goes on and on. Please be advised, counselors have retained to represent claimant Warren Sapp regarding claims for violation of constitutional and civil rights, as well as various torts. Please accept this letter as formal notice pursuant to Florida Statute 768.28 of a claim against several government agencies recited herein regarding an incident occurring on February 24th, 2024. On February 2024, at 4:02 p.m., claimant Warren Sapp was maliciously and falsely arrested and illegally detained by Okeechobee County Sheriff's Department because of his race, the officer's overinflated ego, and the officer's lack of knowledge of the law, Constitution, and their civic duty. Now, I love this. This is an actual notice to suit attached to a lawsuit. And it really represents Warren's personality, right? Like, who throws overinflated ego into a lawsuit? Warren. He doesn't care what people think. He's going to get accountability. Claimant's arrest was filmed by numerous bystanders and has been publicized on the internet, but only one place, right here at Accountability for All. It is evident from the plethora of videos that there was no lawful means for the arrest and detainment of claimant for obstruction without violence. Claimant was illegally seized by Okeechobee County Sheriff's Department and processed into the jail without his shoes and forced to bond out several hours later. Claimant has experienced several unimaginable violations of his constitutional and civil rights. In addition to the gratuitous civil rights violations, several torts were committed by the Okeechobee County Sheriff's Department, including violation of claimant's 4th, 8th, 14th Amendment rights, negligence, gross negligence, intentional and negligent infliction of emotional distress, and additional torts that may and can be added herein. On February 24th, 2024, a routine traffic stop for speeding drew ultimately 9 sheriffs to the scene of a simple stop. This routine traffic stop led to the false arrest and illegal detainment of claimant, despite claimant being a bystander and not the individual who is the subject of the traffic stop. The investigation narrative begins with a note saying, "Dispatch informed the officers of complaints of multiple high-end luxury vehicles traveling through Okeechobee. Sheriffs then pulled over 2 drivers for speeding, allegedly doing 63 in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. After taking approximately a half hour to write the speeding ticket in the racetrack gas station, Okeechobee County Sheriffs Canerick and Stalante issued the citations to the subject drivers. Instead of leaving the scene, sheriffs remained on scene discussing the nature of the citation with numerous individuals present at the scene, a gas station. Numerous witnesses were present during this routine traffic stop and during claimant's illegal detainment and false arrest. Claimant was a bystander, participant in a convoy from Miami throughout Florida to raise money for charity. Claimant has been participating in this rally since 2012. Participants of the rally, including claimant, have never had any negative interactions or issues with law enforcement from any other Florida county in the 12 years of the rally. During the exchange with rally participants, Canerick explains to the loud crowd that she wrote the ticket for double the speed limit. It is unclear from the video why the sheriffs remained on scene after the citation was issued, as there was no longer any further or business need for law enforcement to be present once the traffic citation was issued. It is unclear from the video or the investigation narrative why law enforcement felt the need to announce and discuss with the crowd the nature of the citation. Surely the sheriff's department did not have to plead their case to the crowd at the gas station was not a court of law. Sheriffs engaged with the rally participants and members of the community in an aggressive and threatening manner. The video captured by countless witnesses who were rally participants and members of the public clearly show there was no obstruction. First, there was no crime that was being committed, and interaction with the sheriffs was an unlawful encounter. Second, there was no current or pending investigation of the Okeechobee County Sheriff once the traffic stop had concluded, and the sheriff's continued presence was an unlawful continuance of a traffic stop. Third, claimant could not have obstructed because he was not physically preventing the Okeechobee County Sheriff in any manner. Further, Sheriff Kanarik's own supplemental report states it only took 30 seconds of disagreement between claimant and her to cause Sheriff Stelante to determine he would arrest claimant. Fourth, had Sheriff simply frisked claimant, they would have discovered his wallet and there would have been no need to transfer and book claimant into jail. Okeechobee County sheriffs were required to leave the scene once the traffic stop concluded, and sheriffs were able to leave at any time without any interference or obstacle presented by claimant. Okeechobee County sheriffs decided to remain unseen, unlawfully continuing a traffic stop, and escalate a simple Q&A into feigning probable cause grounds for a felony arrest against claimant pursuant to statute 843.01. Okeechobee County sheriffs knew their subsequent action of arresting claimant would not be allowed in court because they had unlawfully continued the traffic stop because sheriffs had a reckless disregard for claimant's civil rights. Okeechobee County sheriffs advanced that claimant would not identify himself, yet sheriffs would not allow claimant to go into his pockets to retrieve any identification, nor did law enforcement look in claimant's pockets once he was put in wrist restraints, and instead abruptly falsely arrested and illegally detained claimant without a warrant. Okeechobee County Sheriff's actions under the circumstances on February 24th did not meet any of the exceptions pursuant to Florida Statute 901.15 and Florida Statute 901.151. Claimant was arrested, removed from a charitable event he had been participating in for 12 years, placed into a sheriff's vehicle without his shoes, and transported to Okeechobee County Jail. Claimant was booked for resisting without violence, imprisoned and forced to pay a cash bond. During claimant's illegal detainment and false arrest, he was harassed by employees at the Okeechobee County Jail. What is even more jarring is the confirmation in the after-action report that affirms that no probable cause existed at the time of claimant's arrest and that sheriffs made several mistakes in their detainments of the subjects, traffic violators, and more specifically, this claimant. Specifically, the after-action report states, if a sheriff's computer is not printing, the sheriff should handwrite the ticket or let the violator go. Neither of these things occurred in the incident with the claimant. Sheriff failed to verbally warn claimant of the obstruction violation and failed to allow claimant the opportunity to remove himself. Sheriffs failed to vacate the premises after the citation and explanation for paying the citation was completed, thus constituting an unlawful continuance of a traffic stop, rendering any further action or arrest unallowable in the court. It seems violating citizens, or at least claimants' civil rights, is a pattern at the Okeechobee County Sheriff's Department. Claimant's only option to seek redress for his injuries was to retain counsel and initiate legal proceedings. All charges against Warren Sapp were ultimately dropped. In fact, things started to change drastically once he was in his jail cell and he started to get recognized. Initially, the only thing the Sheriff's Department cared about was the color of his skin, black. But once they recognized who he was, the only thing they seemed to care about was the color of his wallet, green. He was released, all subsequent charges were dropped. And since then, he's recorded all of his interactions. And stay tuned for another huge update when we release the body cam footage and the jail footage. And in case you missed it, here's Warren's video taken from his own phone, a clip of a recorded call with the Okeechobee County Sheriff himself, and my interview with Warren from a couple months ago.
How fast was he going?
I don't know.
That would be technical to talk about doubling, right? Talking about doubling the speed limit, right?
I don't know. She's writing the ticket.
No, I just heard her say that.
Okay? But I was I understand, like I said, with the amount with the amount of traffic, I'm trying to educate you, man, and
it's okay.
The amount of traffic that's going
And Shar, we got this. Don't worry.
35.
All gentlemen got this.
Is what I got him on my
That's
radar.
not double
Go ahead
35.
and take it to court because it's
No, it's not double. But you were saying
But
doubling the
you're
speed
almost-
limit. We didn't double it.
Okay, but you're going over the speed limit.
I got that, but you said doubling the speed limit, and you didn't double the speed limit.
Okay, well,
There's
I
no
got
reason to exaggerate it when you got the
Well,
number.
I got it, and I wrote for what I got.
I got you, but you said out your mouth
I
doubling the
said
speed
what I
limit.
said, but I didn't write them for double. Then I wrote them for
No,
what I
but
got.
what you're saying is incorrect.
But just for future reference, through this
Just
time,
like to be
it's
correct,
35.
that's
When you
all.
go over the overtime,
Factual. Hold on, I'll stop at what? No, there you go. What you telling me to do what? What do you mean? Stop what? I'm dead at serious.
Want to go to jail today?
Dead at serious.
Would you like to go to jail or obstruction?
Obstruction's a physical thing. I'm not in between. I'm not. Obstruction is a physical thing. You do know that, right? You do know that, right?
I know the law.
Obstruction is a physical thing. What did I do that physically obstructed?
Doing her job.
What did I physically do? It's a physical action. Obstruction is a physical action. Not freedom of speech. Not freedom of speech. You know, that's constitutionally protected, right? Yeah, that's right. What's your name of that number? 588. What's your name of badge number? What's your name of badge number?
What's your name? What's your name?
What's your name of badge number?
Payrs, 734.
Boom. 734.
And see, this deputy right here, only thing he sees is a large black man. And that is terrible. I mean, I don't even know what to say. The stuff that Josh read for us out of the complaint, you know, says a lot right there. That, you know, these guys don't care about what they do. They don't care about, you know, other people. There's their egos that are standing in the way. And this guy is supposed to be an officer training, meaning he's a training officer. He's supposed to know the law. And he doesn't know shit from Shinola. But yet all he sees is a big black man. So we're going to arrest him and we're going to show him who's boss. Yeah. Idiot.
You're being detained. Put your hands behind your back.
Detained for what? Detained for what? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for? What am I being detained for?
I'll explain that in a second.
I'm not listening. What am I being detained for? Please record. What am I being detained for?
Everybody back up. Back up.
Hey.
Back up.
Everything's rolling. I got you. I got a hold of it. Hold on.
A few more units this way.
I'm not resisting. I'm just testing you. Why you got to grab me like that?
I'll explain that in a second.
No, you're applying force right now. What the hell's going on? During the investigation, I have to do something.
He was recording. He was recording.
That's freedom of speech. That's no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Everybody right here, no, you didn't. You said you don't want to go to jail. And I said, so what?
Okay, so I mean, if you're going that way, I mean, I don't know that I need to do anything to.
No, I was waiting on you because you said you were gonna call me on Monday, and I said a couple. A couple days or whatever, Monday, couple days. And I want you to know, Sheriff, and I'm recording this phone conversation for transparency and accountability, please. Is that all right?
I don't have a problem.
Oh
with
no, I was
that.
just making.
I mean, if that's it's how you do business, then that's how you do business. I'll just back out and let it go.
How I do business? I wanted to know. Yes, you said to me you would handle it, and I wanted to know how you was handling it because I wasn't going forward. I was just getting my people, you know, in ready because I was charged and had to bail out of jail. You realize that, right?
I understand that, but rightfully so. You know, so I mean, you're not completely innocent in this situation. You both could have handled this situation a whole lot better than how it was handled. You know, and I'm not going to Monday morning quarterback either one of you, but both of you are in the wrong.
So,
and if you want this thing to go its course, we'll let it go its course.
All right. How about this? How about this, Chief? How about this, Chief? And you said you was gonna call me, so you're calling me today to tell me what?
I'm asking you, what do you want done? Do you want me to work on this, or are you going to do it? Are you going to work on it? That's what I'm asking you.
You left me with the impression that you was going to handle this, right? That's what you said to me Sunday morning, correct?
I said, no, give me a couple of days.
Give you a couple of days, all right? Now you got a couple of days. You reviewed the footage, and you're saying you're not going Monday morning. I just want to know, does my constitutional rights survive in Okeechobee?
then you just go through your due process, and we'll see where your civil rights go, Warren. That's what you need to do.
No, I'm asking because I was charged.
I understand completely where you're at.
No. I was charged with obstruction.
Correct.
And
rightfully so. When you say that your deputy was just as wrong, but yet you're not going to do anything because you're a scumbag. You know, we need to get these scumbags off the streets. There's no reason why public servants need to be like this. They're just scumbags. They need to go away.
Rightfully so?
Rightfully so.
So when you, in a traffic stop, when is the traffic stop over?
When the deputy or the officer says that it's over.
That's not true. The law states it's over as soon as they're done writing the ticket and get it signed. That's what the law says. Now, you scumbag officers and sheriff and deputies want to make the law whatever you want to make it because you're sovereign citizens and you're above the law, so you can do whatever the hell you want to. But in the United States of America, we follow laws, pal. Law states that it's over once it's signed. It was signed. It was over. Your deputies accelerated it from there. Nice try, pal.
They're conducting official business. You impeded on their investigation as obstruction and got charged accordingly.
And you believe that's according with Florida statute what?
I do believe that the arrest was valid. Do I believe that the officer was a little froggy to jump, if you will? Absolutely.
Absolutely. No deep. Oh,
let me
please.
Let me finish.
Please.
And then do I believe that you interjected in the traffic stop that had nothing to do with you? Absolutely. There's a proper time and a place, Warren, for you to deal with that and ask your questions, rightfully so, for your due process and your constitutional right. When that officer is doing a traffic stop, that is not the time. You're a professional. When you were on the field doing your job, nobody interjected with you in your job.
Okay, first off, dumbass, you're a public servant. And when you're doing something wrong, it is our job to bring it up to you. If you're too stupid to know that, then turn your badge in and go back to work for the tire place you came from.
Correct? So there is a right time. If they want to ask you a question, then that's rightfully so.
So your
when that officer is doing the traffic stop, you do not impede on that investigation. Even if they're wrong, you don't question them on the side of the road. That is not the...
Bull. You most certainly do. If they're doing something wrong, they need to be brought accountable for it. And if you're too much of a chicken crap to do something about it, then turn your badge in. Go back to work for the tire center where you came from.
The proper time nor the place.
That's what you're going with?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm going with. So you have a good morning. Take care.
So what do I do with my chart? Oh, okay. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that video was incredible. And listen, I got to tell you something. I'm scrambling a little bit myself. As you guys might know, I used to be a quarterback. And one of the people I most feared in the world was the D tackle, right? The QB killer. And I never thought that I would meet a D tackle that I'd be running towards. And this guy, I can't help but do it. I'm talking Super Bowl winner.
Okay, guys, I'm going to cut this off here. You guys have basically seen what's going on. You know, thank you, Josh, for doing this. Thank you, Warren Sapp, for holding these idiots accountable. And if there's any updates, we'll bring it to you guys. The reason I cut it off is we're already at almost 40 minutes, and I still had another 30 minutes to go, and it's like, no, because it's just basically talking between Josh and Warren. But thank you so much for Warren Sapp for standing up for your rights and our rights. I appreciate it. Once again, Josh, thank you for standing up for all of our rights, and keep doing what you're doing, man, and don't take any crap from these cops, because I know you won't. And guys, folks, ladies and gentlemen out there, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is the sheriff right? Are they allowed to break the law And if they're doing something wrong, we're not supposed to say something? Because they're public servants, they work for us. What's the deal? You can't have it both ways, people. You're either pregnant or you're not. One of the two. You can't be kind of pregnant. You guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Ciao.